that right? It said, have faith in your God, and have faith in yourself, and have faith in your people. Mr. Farrakhan said, unite. Is that right? And you will want for nothing. Our weapon today is truth and justice. He said God's judgment is on America because of the mistreatment of his people, the so-called Negroes, so-called African Americans. His judgment will be through what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, rain, hail, snow, and what? Earthquakes. Y'all been watching the weather? If you've never prayed in your life, you will pray when the earth starts shaking underneath your feet. Why not pray today, though? Why not trust God today? Why not watch the weather, as Minister Farrakhan has told us? The minister has been publicly silent for the last, or nearly 2 years. But he said he's being silent so God can speak. Do we hear God? Are we listening? Are we reading the Final Call newspaper? All praise is due to Allah. What other leader do we know that speaks like this? That connects his message to God. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, as God created the present heaven and earth out of nothing, so will God in the person of Master Fard Muhammad build a new heaven on earth from nothing, a people who are nothing, so that this world will have no claim on the making of the new people of the new heaven on earth. He said heaven on earth. Did y'all catch that? Yes, are we watching the weather? See, man plans and Allah plans, but who's the best of planners? Say it again. Who's the best of planners? Who's the best of planners? Let's give praise and thanks to Allah, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. All praise is due to Allah. The hottest year ever on the earth recorded was 2024. Did you know that? The last 10 years have been the hottest years on record since 1850. 2024 was the most extreme year for forest fires on record. 2004 was the worst tornado season, with a total of 1,819 tornadoes. But 2024 had 1,753 tornadoes, which makes 2024 the second worst year for tornadoes. See? 2024 is now considered the second most active year on record. We are now entering the peak of hurricane season. Did you all see Hurricane, what was the name? Aaron? You know hurricanes don't have names, is that right? That's God. But if you notice the track of these storms, they're picking up with more and more intensity faster. These storms can go from category 1 or 2 to 5 in a matter of hours. More on that another time. There was an 8.8 earthquake off the coast of Russia that shook Asia, it shook Europe, and even shook Hawaii. There was a tsunami warning for the entire coastline of California, which is 840 miles approximately north to south. See, why am I saying these things to us? The minister's telling us that God is speaking through the weather. Look what he says. He says something is happening in America. We have churches, we have mosques, we have synagogues, but the streets are filled with crime, violence, and the abuse of women and children. Right outside the church, right outside the mosque, if our religion is only for the four walls and the people within them, then we have failed. I say this because we have spent money to make a beautiful building, but that is not what God is interested in. If we don't make beautiful people to come in and out of that building doing the will and the work of God, then all of this means nothing. As we begin to close, what is our why today? Anybody ever heard that question? What's your why? What drives you? What motivates you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? It should be God, is that right? But a lot of times we're asking, why is life so difficult? A lot of times we're asking, why won't white people accept us? A lot of times we're asking, why are things the way they are? But that's not a why. That's hopelessness. It's a difference. Your divine why should give you purpose for your living. Your real why should bring meaning to your struggle. Allah, the Holy Quran said, desires not to place a burden on us. We've been in America for over 400 years dealing and suffering with slavery and death. Is that right? But Allah desires not to place a burden on you. The time is measured. But he desires to purify you and I. At the time of the fall of America, that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us would happen, he's going to bring you and I out at the same time, at a certain time period. But it said Allah desires to purify you, that you would turn to him again and give thanks. It's not easy to give thanks in the middle of a trial, is that right? But if you realize and had faith that your victory and success will assured when you achieve that victory, you'll realize that moment, that pain, that trial was a part of the victory. All praise is due to Allah. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. All praise is due to Allah. We have to see the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan as an extension of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We have to see Minister Farrakhan as an extension of Master Fard Muhammad's promise to us. The mission of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is to give life. Not to destroy life, but to give life. I'm going to close on this. He said, if we are really in tune with the prophets and their writings, the religion should never lose its power to transform. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the scripture is speaking of both a spiritual and a physical change. He said that the change that it is talking about is a change in the spiritual rulership and a change in the political rulership. What happens when there is a disconnect between heaven and earth? If the sun does not draw water up from the earth's surface into the earth's rotation, which is called gravitation, forming what is called a cloud, and if the wind does not drive that cloud over an earth that is dead and rain down on that earth so that the seeds in the earth may swell, germinate, and come up, that we may eat and feed from the earth. There is a connection between what is above and what is beneath, but we don't have that connection anymore. That is why the human being is a suffering, and is a caricature of what God intended human beings to be. So we have been disconnected from God, is that right? We don't know our names, our culture, our original language, right? We have lost that because it has been deprived from us, taken from us. We are a people that have been destroyed, but God has come to raise us. And the good news is today that he raises a Messiah as an example of a man, a civilized man who has been raised. But then the minister tells us that self-improvement is the basis for community development and a worldwide movement. He teaches us that the knowledge of self is the knowledge of God. And when you learn more about God, you'll learn more about yourself. When you learn more about yourself, you'll learn more about who? God. But you're not going to learn about self and God from the educational system of this world. You're not going to learn about yourself in the religious system of this world. The only place to go today is God. And the nation of Islam is here after 95 years in the wilderness of North America. All praise is due to Allah. So this self-improvement is not like the self-help section in Barnes and Nobles. You got to understand our nature needs to be fed today. And when your why is more powerful than the trials and adversities that are in your life, you'll knock down every wall and open every door. You'll find the key out of your circumstances and your problems in your life, because Islam is mathematics and mathematics is Islam.